40 bikers stormed into a nursing home to kidnap a World War II veteran. And what happened next will leave you speechless. Before we continue, I would love you to subscribe. It was midnight when a terrified nurse ran into a biker bar. Every biker turned to stare at this woman who had just burst into their private meeting. Jack, the club president, stood up slowly. "Lady, you just walked into the wrong place." "No, I walked into exactly the right place," she said desperately. "You're Jack Morrison and you visit Wild Bill Henderson at my nursing home every month." Jack's entire demeanor changed at the mention of Bill's name. "What happened to Bill?" "His son is trying to murder him tomorrow morning and I need your help." The room went dead silent. Wild Bill was 97 years old and the last surviving member of his bomber crew from World War II. These bikers had adopted him as their grandfather after meeting him at a Veterans Day parade. "Start talking fast," Jack commanded. Katie's words came out in a rush. "Bill's son got power of attorney by claiming Bill has dementia, but he's completely fine mentally, and the son just wants his inheritance." "What inheritance?" Tank asked from the corner. "Bill owns 300 acres worth $2 million, Katie explained. His son needs him dead to sell it." Jack's fists clenched. "How exactly is he planning to kill him?" "Tomorrow morning at 8, a doctor is signing papers to move Bill to hospice and stop all his medications, including his heart pills. That would kill him in 3 days," said Doc, their member with medical training. "That's exactly the plan," Katie said. "Bill is begging for help, but nobody at the nursing home will listen." Jack looked around at his brothers. Every face showed the same rage he felt. "You're asking us to kidnap a patient from a nursing home," Jack said slowly. "That's federal prison time." Katie pulled out her phone and played a video. It showed Bill in his wheelchair crying and saying clearly, "My son is trying to kill me for my land and nobody believes me." The bikers erupted in cursing and threats. "How many laws are we about to break?" Tank asked. "All of them," Jack replied. "Who's with me?" Every single hand went up instantly. But Katie wasn't done with the bad news. "There's a problem because Bill's son hired 3 security guards with guns to make sure nobody interferes tonight." "He knew we'd come," Jack said with a dangerous smile. "Smart men, but not smart enough." Jack pulled out his phone and made a call. "This is Hammer, and I need every rider ready in 10 minutes for an emergency rescue mission. Within minutes, 40 iron. If you believe bikers are good people, subscribe to this channel and show us your support." Wolves were on their motorcycles racing through the rain towards Sunset Manor Nursing Home. Katie rode behind Jack, giving him directions and updates. But they weren't the only ones heading there. 20 more motorcycles joined them on the highway. These riders wore veterans of foreign wars patches. Jack recognized their leader, an old Marine called Bulldog. 60 motorcycles descended on the nursing home like rolling thunder. The 3 security guards standing at the entrance looked like they might wet themselves. Jack dismounted and walked up calmly. "We're here to visit our friend. Nobody visits William Henderson tonight," the biggest guard said, hand on his weapon. "Family orders." "We are his family," Jack stated. "Not according to this paperwork," the guard said, holding up a document. That's when things got interesting. A black town car pulled up behind the motorcycles. Out stepped Judge Patricia Williams in her bathrobe and slippers, looking furious about being woken up. "Which one of you is Katie?" she demanded. Katie raised her hand nervously. "You called my emergency line about elder abuse?" the judge asked. "Yes, Your Honor. And I have video evidence." The judge watched the video on Katie's phone. Her face went from annoyed to enraged in seconds. "You 3, she pointed at the security guards. "Leave now or be arrested for conspiracy to commit murder." "We're just doing our job," one guard protested. "So, we're Nazi prison guards," growled Bulldog. "Want to keep making that argument?" The guards looked at each other, then at 60 angry bikers, then at a furious judge. They practically ran to their car and drove away fast. "Let's go get Bill," the judge ordered. Inside room 247, Bill sat in his wheelchair wearing his bomber jacket from the war. His eyes lit up when he saw the crowd of leather-clad angels coming to save him. "Took you boys long enough," Bill said, trying to sound tough despite the tears in his eyes. Sorry, Bill. Traffic was murder, Jack. Unlike what your son had planned. But then Bill's son arrived with 2 lawyers. He was a soft man in an expensive suit who started screaming the moment he saw the bikers. What is this? A motorcycle gang invasion. He yelled. I'm calling the FBI. Please do. Judge Williams said. I'd love to explain how you tried to murder a war hero for money. He has dementia. The son insisted. He doesn't know what day it is. Bill spoke up clearly. It's Thursday, October 15, 2023, and you failed out of law school while spending my money on cocaine in 1991. The son's face turned purple. That's not relevant. Actually, it is, said a new voice. Everyone turned to see a man in a Navy uniform with admiral stripes walking in. I'm Admiral James Mitchell. Jr., he announced. Bill Henderson saved my grandfather's life over Berlin in 1944. The room went completely silent. I monitor all reports involving Medal of Honor recipients, the Admiral continued. Attempting to murder one for profit is something I take very personally. Bill's son started backing toward the door. This is insane. Officers, arrest him, Judge Williams commanded. 2 police officers who had just arrived put Bill's son in handcuffs while he screamed about lawsuit. Subscribe to this channel if you believe bikers make the world better. Lawsuits. Katie stepped forward with a medicine bottle. Your Honor, I just discovered someone switched Bill's heart medication for sugar pills 3 days ago. He was already being slowly murdered, Doc said after examining the pills. The judge's face went dark. Add attempted murder charges. But now they had a new problem. Bill couldn't stay at the nursing home after this. You're coming home with us, Jack. Announced. I can't be a burden, Bill protested. You're not a burden. Your family, Tank said. We already built you a room at our clubhouse. Katie raised her hand. I just quit this horrible place and I'll be Bill's private nurse if you need one. You're hired, Jack said immediately. The bikers loaded Bill's belongings while he barked orders like the bombardier he used to be. Careful with that photo of my bomber crew. Don't drop my medals. 40 of the toughest bikers in the state were delicately packing doilies and war memorabilia. The convoy leaving was legendary. 60 motorcycles escorting one van carrying Wild Bill Henderson to freedom at the farmhouse clubhouse. Bill gasped when he saw what they'd prepared. A complete apartment with wheelchair ramps, safety rails, and walls covered with his war photos. When did you do this? Bill asked in amazement. We've been working on it for months as a surprise, Jack admitted. Tonight just moved up our timeline. That night, 60 bikers sat around listening to Bill tell stories about bombing runs over Nazi Germany. His memory was perfect, destroying any claim of dementia. Katie discovered more evidence of attempted murder. Someone's been slowly increasing his blood pressure medication to dangerous levels. The investigation revealed Bill's son had paid a nurse to poison him slowly. Both were charged with conspiracy to commit murder. Every morning, Katie helped him exercise. Every afternoon, bikers visited to hear his stories. Every evening they watched old war movies together. The Admiral visited monthly, bringing other veterans to meet a living legend. Bill lived 3 more beautiful years in that farmhouse. He died peacefully at 100, surrounded by 2 families, his bomber crew in photographs, and his biker family in person. At his funeral, 40 Iron Wolves carried his casket. The Admiral gave the eulogy. Bill's son watched from federal prison. Bill left his 300 acres to the Iron Wolves with one condition. Build a retreat for forgotten veterans. Today, Wild Bill Ranch houses 20 veterans who might otherwise die alone in nursing homes. Katie runs the medical staff. The bikers provide security and Brotherhood. Above the entrance hangs a sign. Heroes live here. And inside hangs a photo of the night 40 bikers stormed a nursing home to save one old veteran who had once saved the world. Sometimes angels wear leather and ride motorcycles. Sometimes they break laws to enforce justice. And sometimes the best family is the one that chooses you when your blood relatives fail you completely. Bill Henderson died free because 40 dangerous men decided that some battles are worth fighting no matter the cost.